So I'm going to be presenting a protocol and review template that we've made for EPOC's qualitative evidence syntheses. So Cochrane's first qualitative evidence synthesis, or QES, was published in 2013. And this was an EPOC review on barriers and facilitators to the implementation of lay health worker programs. EPOC currently has around 11 QESs, either as published as reviews or protocols. Most of them complement reviews of effectiveness, and several of them have been developed to inform World Health Organization guidelines. QES guidance is increasingly well developed. We now have guidance from the Cochrane Qualitative and Implementation Methods Group, and we also, for instance, have reporting guidance for meta-ethnographies from eMERGE. But we find that review authors often need high levels of support from editorial teams. And this is partly because of the relative novelty of QES methods, the novelty of the grade circle approach, and also because of a need to adapt some of the QESs for use in guideline processes. A number of factors have made support possible in our review group. We have 4 QES editors. 3 of us are also grade circle co-conveners. We have a managing editor and an information specialist who are willing to support QES. We have funding from the Norwegian government for face-to-face meetings with authors from low middle income countries. And we have a team of review authors who are willing to share their manuscripts at different stages with other review authors. So we decided to develop the EPOC QES template to improve the quality and consistency of our reviews, and also to reduce the work of review authors and the editorial team. And the template is based on 10 Cochrane EPOC QESs and 2 QESs from Consumers and Communication Group. It's informed by the overarching principles of qualitative research, and we've also tried to make sure that it is consistent with EPOC guidance, Cochrane guidance, and guidance from the Methods Group. The template includes suggested subheadings, an explanation of the content each section should include. It includes proposals for standardized text, references to additional information, and quite a few appendices with examples. And in this presentation, I'm just very briefly going to talk about some of the issues that we've touched upon in the template that differ from reviews of effectiveness. So first of all, methodological flexibility. In qualitative research, researchers are encouraged to respond to the data throughout the research journey. And so in the template, we acknowledge that some of the decisions review authors make about methods may change after data familiarization and after the protocol has been published. But we do also emphasize in the template that this methodological flexibility does not imply that standards of reporting should be any less rigorous. Sampling studies. In a qualitative evidence synthesis, we aim for variation in concepts rather than an exhaustive sample. In fact, large amounts of study data can impair the quality of the analysis. So a sampling of studies is acceptable in a QES. In the template, we describe how this should be reported, and we also refer review authors on to separate EPOC guidance that we've developed for this topic. Studies in multiple languages. Inclusions of studies in any language is strongly recommended within Cochrane reviews. But what we find is that translation of qualitative studies requires much more time and a good understanding of the context. So in the template, we offer suggestions for how this can be dealt with, but this is an area where we know that further work is needed. So in qualitative research, review authors or researchers are also expected to be reflexive about their research. And in the template, we encourage review authors to discuss reflexivity, both prospectively and retrospectively. successfully. Linking QES to effect reviews. So as I said, most of our reviews, our QESs are linked to a review of effectiveness, and we have different approaches for doing this, such as logic models and the matrix approach, etc., which are all described in guidance from the methods group. In the template, we offer guidance on how we think people should choose the best approach for their QES. And then finally, the template offers practical guidance about how we can move from the findings of the QES to the implications for practice section. So the EPOC template is now available on EPOC's website. You can find it there. Yeah, thank you.